Hello, it's a pleasure and honor to share this event, and I appreciate the invitation from the authorities. My name is Gabriel Lijteroff, an internal medicine physician with a master's degree in dermatology. I did the Scientific Committee of Argentine Diabetes Federation and also the Diabetes and Disaster Task Force of International Diabetes Federation, IDF, in South America and Caribbean region. In my country, Argentina, women are the most concentrated about safeguard family health. Various studies confirm that this phenomenon is global. Therefore, I am grateful to be able to share this information with those you care for most. People with diabetes are more vulnerable in the event a catastrophe due to the uh, need a continuous treatment and the strict access to medical care, medication, and supplies. And this circumstance, this represent a serious challenge first of all to safeguard life and maintain the base possibility glycemic control an exceptional situation. Consider the situation in the event of a natural disaster such as environmental pollution or war, where people with diabetes must suddenly evacuate. They will have no electricity, cell phone batteries, or internet access or obtain information. Just as acts is incapable to read interaction for a parachute while in flight, like what having a diet requires noting in advance what measures to take in a disaster situation. In natural disasters such as floods, hurricanes, earthquakes, fires, or building in area of potential harm conflict, the challenges of diabetes are unique. We won't discuss routine care here. We'll talk about exceptional situation. Some definition. We provide some definitions who can speak the same language. Catastrophe is a large squared event that triggers a crisis. Vulnerability predisposition to suffer loss or damage. The confluence is disaster. Disaster, the human, social, and economic impact of catastrophe in vulnerable conditions, and the risk, the probability of the event occurring. It's it to understand, study, and quantify threats to the rules or about calamities. And emergency is a minor loss. It's important, but is a minor loss in this sense. When you talk about risk, we must consider the first we face a given location, the element exposed, and the population level of vulnerability. Based on this, we determine what action we should take. I action. This is the so-called disaster cycle. The preparation of population with diabetes regarding how to pack their backpack in the event of a sudden evacuation from their living space, for example, timely vaccination, another measure to be ready when a disaster strikes. This way, have an adequate response to first safeguard life and they maintain exactly metabolic control for this circumstance. Later, when seen to return to normal, we will recover and find ways to mitigate the damage. Um, we will discuss its fate at greater detail. Preparation in the preparation phase recommend um, identify the most common disasters in each country. The local and international organization that can address them and the location of people with diabetes and their needs. During the disaster itself, locate people with diabetes, review the condition on the scene, what need exit and prevent acute complication. Review the condition of the evacuation areas, know the specific needs, notify of interrecurrence, and prevent acute complication. The other phase um, during the response phase, safeguard nutrition, uh, adaptation and provision and adaptation of drug treatment of necessary to avoid acute and chronic complications. It's very important to protect food, hydration, and hygiene. So we appreciate the importance of being flexible so that a catastrophe that not become a disaster. Prevention, flexibility, and empowerment of people of diabetes is very important. I now invite you to visit IDF SACA website to download the English version of the infographic for people with diabetes in disaster situation. And know that many speak English. 40% of Indian population speak Hindi, but there are 20 other official language and dialects. Anyone you would like to collaboration in translating them for the community can contact us on our website of my personal email address with uh, share with you. This is important concept. In a disaster, your patient may not have access to the internet or electronic means of communication. Is man-made. Meet our interdisciplinary diabetes and disaster team made up of members of Argentina, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Ecuador, Cuba, and Peru. The past president, Fadlo Faye, on IDF Region SACA, Betsy Rodriguez, Communication and Education, um, Araceli Basurto Calderón of Ecuador, Vicky Mota of Peru, Carolina Gómez Martin, María Belén Ávila from Argentina, and the professor Dr. Manuel Vera González of Cuba, and I for Argentina. In this exceptional situation, we recommend take a precaution, have liquid food, medication, and supplies on hand in case you have suddenly leave your place of residence. Do not discard insulin if there is no refrigeration available. Remember that I can be stored at room temperature for to 30 days. Reuse the syringes if there are no replacement. About peeling before the overexposed to the sun. Also, inform your teams that you have diabetes. The pack of emergency. We therefore say just having a black pack, plastic box, or waterful wagon and to allow to survive and metabolic control for at least 2 weeks. With contains of sugar, soft drink, or soup, water, food, medication, and supplies. It should be checked periodically to ensure that these items are not past their expiration date. It's an important topic. Having sail water is very important for survival. While we diet, carry gym, as little liter of water in our bag, we must be prepared for the worst case scenario. To do this, we suggest carrying chlorinated solution, for example, with 1% solution, um, we apply 10 drops to a liter of clean water or 22 a liter of dirty water. The infographic show other concentration. I save water and sanitizer unavailable boil before drinking. We also recommend maintaining personal hygiene as best as possible, is especially hand washing. It's the hair stroke is very important. The prolonged exposure to high temperature of exertion in high temperature can lead to heat stroke. In the infographic, I describe prevention, symptoms, and treatment with special attention to children under 5 and those over 6'5". Managing emotion in disaster situation is a challenge both for those with pre-existing mental illness and for the rest of the population affected by diabetes. Therefore, in the infographic, we recommend having sufficient stock of medication for those who need it. Furthermore, even in exceptional situation, enduring the best possible social and family support, avoiding inevitable source of information and more other measures should be taken. Regarding food safety, no perishable food, crackers, cereals, and canned food that include a protein and grade should be sold to ensure survival and the best possible metabolic control until help arrives. The important thing is try maintain the right percentage of protein, fat, and carbohydrates. Finally, an hour that in catastrophic situation, the supply of best trip to direct high or low blood glucose level may be um, arrival or exotic with often infographic with exclusive with clinical parameters to identify and resolve this condition. Here I'm going for a includes about the English version of the infographic feed and my mail address for any question. Thank you very much for your attention.